Hey Gatekeepers, welcome back to Weekly Soap Chronicles. I'm your girl Phil, and today I'm bringing you a recap of episode 156. Let's get into it. So we start the episode with Vernon showing this lady out the door. Guess they just had a meeting or something, but anyway, Miss Thing was real flirty. She giving Vernon a hug and kissing him on the cheek, and I just want to thank you, Vernon, for all that you do. Giving Anita a look like, I like your man. And then she leaves. Of course, when she leaves, Anita is like, I'm keeping an eye on that one there. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Vernon, yeah, I think it's kind of cute. Matter of fact, it's turning me on that my wife is a little jealous. Man, if you don't go on somewhere with that mess, ain't nobody got time for that, okay? You know I love my wife. Yeah, okay, we looking at you too, Vernon, okay? Because something is going on with you. And is it with this other chick? Okay? Because she didn't seem like she was too trying to keep her feelings for you from Anita. Okay? So, y'all gatekeepers, we got to keep an eye on that one. So, over at the country club, Nicole runs into Leslie and Peaches. And Leslie wastes no time making her intentions toward Ted crystal clear. Yeah, when I become Mrs. Richardson, I'm gonna keep the name Richardson. Now, I don't know about you. Are you gonna go back to Dupree? And blah, blah, blah. Just laying it on thick. And Nicole is like, you know what? You can marry him. You cannot marry him. Right now, I gives 0 F's. Okay? Do what you gonna do. You no longer bother me. I am totally unbothered. Okay? And she moves on. Now, because Nicole did not give Leslie the energy that she normally gets from her, that had made her mad. Now her and Peaches sit down and eat, and all of a sudden the food ain't no good, her salad is messed up, and the dressing ain't no good, and she just arguing back and forth. Now mind you, the day before she was hiring the chef and the waiter because the staff and the cook was that good. Okay? Now, of course, while she fussing and going back and forth, Peaches is trying to tell her to calm down and stop being a witch. Move on with your life. Leslie ain't trying to hear all that, so they going back and forth to the point where Peaches start coughing and having an attack. Okay? So that toned her down, and that made her scared. Made Leslie scared. And so they end up leaving the country club. Now over at Uptown, Eva meets Izaiah Hawthorne. She is on the phone leaving a detailed work message for Ted. And Izaiah is at the table trying to write something in the book, but his pen stopped working. Eva notices, so she goes over, offers her a pen, introduces herself. I'm Eva. I'm Izaiah. Okay. Izaiah says that he's trying to get a job as a counselor over at Banneker School. Eva says that she works for her father. She thought that he was new in town, but he lets her know that he is actually from there. But he doesn't go into detail about who he's connected to in town. And she doesn't explain how and why she came to town either. But they do plan on meeting up again in the future. And hopefully this is her exit stage left from no swag having Tomas. Okay? Let Cap have him. Okay? And move on with fine Izaiah. Okay? I'm looking forward to it. So we circle back to the Dupree mansion where Nicole arrives so she can apologize to Anita and Vernon about Leslie. Okay, now why they got her apologizing for that when, of course, it was Ted, the reason why she there. You know what I'm saying? Any rate, they moved on from that, and Anita says that she was going to stop funding the trust fund that Leslie inherited. Okay, so my question is, why hasn't she done that already? As soon as she found out that Leslie was the recipient of the funds, all of that is being cut. Okay? No more money is being sent to the fund. That's it, that's all. One thing about these Duprees is that they don't do no background checks on nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because even with that, I'm doing a deep dive to make sure that Leslie is Barbara's daughter. Why you ain't doing that? And I don't understand why the people that's holding the trust, the law firm, they didn't even reach out and say, hey, this person that was getting this money is no longer getting the money because they have passed away. I mean, no communication whatsoever on either part. Okay, don't make sense to me, but whatever. Anyway, Nicole leaves and heads to Uptown where she ends up calling Carlton. Okay, because of course she needs someone to lean on, literally and emotionally. Now, my thing is this, y'all can agree with me or not, but Nicole and Carlton do not need to be together because they've known each other for too long, number one, and he is Ted's business partner and friend. Okay. Now, over in the danger zone, we got Vanessa, who is wanting a bigger role in Joey's quote-unquote business. She telling him, you know what? You are not using me to my full potential. I got skills. Joey keeps trying to tell her this is not what you want. Okay? This is serious business. You don't know what you asking for. Okay? And then he says something to make her wonder if he had anything to do with Doug's unaliving. He, of course, denies it firmly and raises his voice, reminding her she doesn't grasp what she's actually trying to step into, little lady. He lets her know that she will get a reputation, okay, of hanging out with him, okay, because he got the reputation. Donnell is going to see all this, and that ain't going to be good for him either, okay? But it don't matter to Vanessa. Vanessa say, I still want to be all in. All right, Vanessa. We'll see how this one turn out. And finally, we move on to Jacob and Naomi. They finally talking about the almost baby and the grief that's been hanging between them. But really just on Jacob's side, because Naomi is ecstatic that she's not pregnant. So Naomi tells Jacob that he needs time to mourn the child he thought they'd have. They start to kind of reconnect a little bit. And then Naomi stops it and says, we can't use Bang Bang as a bandage. What are you talking about? Yes, Jacob is upset about not having a child now, but he keeps telling her that he is in for the long haul, okay? Better for worse, the good, the bad, and the ugly. How much more can he say it? How many times does he need to keep repeating himself? Yeah, he a little upset about not having a baby now, but dang, I'ma get over it at some point. In the meantime, I love you and I'm not going anywhere. But at the end of the day, Naomi is going to self-sabotage her marriage because she believes that Jacob is just BSing her about moving on without having any children in their future. So everything he's saying do from this point on, she gonna be looking at it suspect, like you just lying. Because deep down inside, I know how you really feel. You know what I'm saying? And I just think she wrong for that. But on a side note, if Naomi never wanted children, the best thing that she could have done was go get a tubal ligation. And then none of this would even be an issue if you are that set on not having children. You and Jacob talk about it in the beginning before you get married. You both agree. And then you tell him, I'm going to get my tubes tied because I don't even want the thought of an accident happening. That's the way she acted, and that's the way she should have done it. Now, will they survive this? I have no idea. But Naomi is working my nerve. All right, gatekeepers, that's a wrap on episode 156. And if you are loving these recaps, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss the next one. I'll see you in the comments and beyond the gates. Bye.